Very good morning. Let's start with the fourth topic of chapter 3, Plant Kingdom. We'll be studying about the division Pteridophyta in this session. These would be the things you'll be learning during this session. But before we proceed to the lesson topics, you should be able to differentiate sporophyte and gametophyte phases, recall plant tissues, outline the anatomy of stem, root and leaves, and discuss the role of spores and seeds. So let's start our discussion for the topic of this session. General characteristics of pteridophyte. These pteridophytes are the first land plants, the terrestrial plants, divided into two broad groups, horsetails and ferns. These are usually found in cool, damp and shady places, and rarely they are also found in sandy areas. The main plant body in pteridophytes is sporophyte. So they possess true root, true stem and true leaf. So these are the first plants to possess vascular tissues, that is xylem and phloem, and that is why they are able to survive on land. The common examples are Selaginella, equisetum, fern and salvinia. Now the leaf in pteridophytes may be of two types. Small, which are known as microphylls, as in Selaginella, or large, known as macrophylls, example in ferns. Now we just studied that sporophytic phase is the dominant phase in life cycle of pteridophyte. So the main plant body is sporophyte, which is diploid 2n. It reproduces through spores, and these spores are present on special leaf-like structures known as sporophylls. You just saw the image of fern. This is a detailed diagram showing spores present in the leaf. Sometimes these sporophylls are arranged in compact structures which are known as cone or strobili, example in Selaginella and equisetum. Again, this is an advanced feature. The types of sporophytes on the basis of types of spores. The homosporous sporophytes are one in which all the spores are of same kind, example equisetum, and heterosporous when two types of spores are present, the megaspores or the spores which give rise to the female gametophyte, and the microspores or the spores which give rise to male gametophyte. Now the formation of spores. Let's start with the sporophyte, which is the dominant phase in the life cycle of a pteridophyte. It is diploid. The sporophyte will form sporophylls. These are leaf-like structures which bear spores. These sporophylls have sporangia. Within the sporangia are the spore mother cells. Now these spore mother cells will undergo meiosis to give rise to haploid spores. You recall that meiosis is a reduction division where the chromosome number is halved. Now these spores will germinate to form the gametophyte. With this, the gametophytic phase of the life cycle of pteridophyte begins. In the gametophytic phase, the prothallus is formed. This is the gametophyte. It is formed by germination of spores, as we just saw. These are small, multicellular but photosynthetic organisms. Since they are photosynthetic, they are free living. They are not dependent on the sporophyte. They need cool, damp and shady places to grow, and they bear sex organs, the antheridium or the male sex organ and the archegonium or the female sex organ. Sexual reproduction involves the antheridium, which bears the male gamete or anthrozoid, and the archegonium, which bears the egg cell. Now, for fertilization, for transfer of anthrozoid from the antheridium to the egg cell, water is required. So, the agent for transport of anthrozoid to archegonium is water. The fertilization is internal. It takes place inside the archegonium and the zygote is formed. The development of zygote also takes place within the female gametophyte, within the archegonium. Now, this is an advanced feature. It is similar to the development of seeds in angiosperm. You know that seed develops and embryo is formed while the seed is carried within the parent sporophyte. So, similarly here, this is an important step of evolution and it indicates the development of seed habit. Now, a review of the life cycle. Since here the main plant body is sporophyte, let's start the study with sporophyte. The sporophyte is diploid 2N. It has sporangia with the spore mother cells, which again are diploid. They undergo meiosis to form spores. These spores will form the gametophyte after germination. The gametophyte has the male sex organ or the antheridium, which will form anthrozoids, and the female sex organ or archegonium, which will bear the egg cell. The anthrozoids are transferred to the egg cell in the archegonium through the agent water. The fertilization occurs and the 2N is restored. Zygote is formed. This zygote will germinate and develop into the sporophyte. How are pteridophytes important to us? They have medicinal uses, they act as soil binders and prevent soil erosion, and of course you must have seen these pteridophytes used as ornamentals in homes and other buildings. Now, the classification of pteridophyte. Pteridophytes are divided into 4 classes: Coelopsida, Lycopsida, Sphenopsida and Pteropsida. The examples of these 4 classes are as follows. With this, we come to the end of this session. Before you can start solving the question, a recap of the topics covered in this session. Next, we'll try to solve a few questions to check your understanding of the topic. Question 1. Which are the first land plants to show presence of xylem and phloem? The correct answer is C. Pteridophytes. Question 2. Water is essential for which of the following stages of life cycle of pteridophyte? The correct answer is C, that is both gametophyte development and sexual reproduction. Third question, gametophyte in pteridophyte is known as? The correct answer is B, prothallus. Fourth question, heterosporous plants bear 2 types of spores. Which of these statements are true about them? The correct answer is both A and D. Question 5. Where does zygote and embryo formation takes place in fern? The correct answer is B, in archegonium. Now, here are a few questions for your home assignment. Try to solve them. In case of any doubts, you can view the video again and ask your teacher. If you want some additional information, or want to explore the topic further, you can visit these links. Thank you and wish you all the best.